Hello everyone and thanks for joining us. This is AMECO Haber English Service and you're watching our daily updates. I am Gaila Damu. Stay tuned. Ethiopian Christmas has been colorfully celebrated in Lalibela town on the presence of local and international tourists, pilgrimage officials and ambassadors of different countries. Modomli reports.
The Ethiopian Christmas, also called Genna, is celebrated annually on 7th January as the commemoration of Jesus Christ's birthday. It is colorfully celebrated by Christians all over the country. The celebration is held in a uniquely mesmerizing mood of festivity by followers of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church at one of the world's heritage sites, the Lalibela Rock-hewn churches in the Amhara region. This year, millions of people have flooded to this religious and historical site, inscribed on the representative list of the world's heritages of humanity. Ethiopians, the Ethiopian diaspora, diplomats based in Ethiopia, and foreign tourists have taken part in this uniquely fascinating event. Andrea Landeta from Brazil has been one of the foreign tourists. It is for the first time that she has attended the Christmas holiday in Lalibela. She's told Amhara Media Corporation what she's felt being part of the Christmas holiday there.
Incredible. It's such a beautiful place. It's pure magic. The energy here, the people, the whole celebration has been wonderful. A very unique experience.
What did you like the most from the celebration of Christmas?
Well, I would say that it's just incredible to see so many people gather together to celebrate in such a peaceful way. The energy of the people, you can feel it as soon as you come in. But also, of course, the chantings of the priests, all the priests that said their prayers. It was a very special moment to be here, yes.
Andrea said that she has never experienced anything like this elsewhere in the world.
So have you ever experienced this kind of thing in the whole world?
No, I have never seen anything like this before, really. This is why I think Lalibela is such a unique place, but also Ethiopia is just a gem of a country still to be discovered.
Religious fathers on the occasion have extended their best wishes to the faithful and urged all to play their parts for the permanence of the peace agreement signed between the federal government and TPLF. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has also extended his best wishing messages, stressing that Ethiopians would be beneficial if they are able to draw lessons from the story of Jesus Christ. Some European countries such as Russia, Ukraine, Serbia and Belarus and neighboring Egypt celebrate Christmas on the same day as Ethiopians do, on 7th January, while most of the world that follows the Gregorian calendar holds it on the 5th of December.
Ethiopian diplomats have called on the diaspora community to visit Ethiopia and enjoy the spectacular upcoming events with the beautiful weather in their country. Abebe Burhani tells us more.
Ethiopia's ambassador to the US, Sleshi Bekele, Ethiopia's ambassador to Canada, Fitsum Aragga, and Ethiopia's ambassador to the UK, Teferi Mellese, told Ethiopian news agency on Saturday that they are enjoying the Ethiopian Christmas Eve in Ethiopia. Diplomats representing Ethiopia across the globe have been attending the annual evaluation meeting in the African Leadership Excellence Academy. Ambassador Sleshi Bekele said the Ethiopian diaspora would have a lot of fun in Ethiopia and the climate is wonderful, unlike in the countries they live in this season.
There are also very important spectacular places where you can go, like Gondar Sport, Addis Ababa, Janmeda Sport, and in many churches and monasteries you can see this event highly celebrated. So I encourage all Ethiopian diaspora to come with their families and really celebrate this. As well also foreigners, expatriates, they can enjoy this.
Ambassador Sleshi urged not only the Ethiopian diaspora to come with their families and celebrate the events, but also foreigners. Ethiopia's ambassador to Canada, ፍጹም አረጋ, said on his part that Christmas celebration and the other upcoming events in Ethiopia during this season are distinct.
We encourage visitors, Ethiopians in the diaspora and friends of Ethiopia, anybody who wish to visit Ethiopia, we encourage you to come to Ethiopia. We have a beautiful weather at this time in January.
He stated that in Ethiopia, people don't need a heater or cooler anytime. With annual condition and the welcoming Ethiopian people celebrating both Ethiopian Christmas and the special Epiphany program within 2 weeks is thrilling. Ambassador Fitsum noted that there are also new tourist destinations built over the past 2 years in the country. Therefore, this encourages the diaspora to come to Ethiopia, enjoy the weather and the hospitality of the people. Ethiopia's ambassador to the UK, Teferi Mellese, said on his part that he would like to invite the Ethiopian diaspora to come and enjoy their culture, story, people and their families.
According to Ministry of Tourism, the resumption of services in the northern part of the country is a big opportunity for the flow of tourists in the region. Wangilawit Asres has the details.
Is a month when Ethiopians wear their colorful clothes and are spiritually uplifted. It is the month when not only citizens but also foreigners are inspired and become ecstatic. The month of January also an ideal time for vacation and entertainment for tourists who do not have enjoyable environment in their countries. Tourism State Minister Salamait David told ANA that the tourism sector, which suffered due to COVID-19 and the war, is now recovering and going back to its former glory. According to her, the tourist flow is currently growing rapidly as the government has been working hard by formulating policy and strategy that develop the sector. Recalling that more than 250,000 foreign tourists have visited Ethiopia during the first Ethiopian quarter year, she said there are indications that the tourist flow will likely increase twofold after October. The state minister stated the tourist flow in this season would be at the peak for particularly northern part of Ethiopia. For tourist destination in Amhara, Afar and Tigray, where world heritage are found, there is an additional opportunity. Salamait further stated that efforts are being made to make the stay of tourists in the country longer, in addition to promoting natural, cultural and historical tourist destinations and developing new destinations. Recalling the highest number of flights in the tourism history of Gondar and the surrounding areas last Ethiopian year, the state minister said more tourist flow and foreign exchange earnings are expected this year. Since the end of this Ethiopian month, in addition to public celebrations and events that are attractive to tourists, it has been arranged to extend tourist stay by preparing a package for Christmas in Lalibela and Ethiopian Epiphany in Gondar. This allows the visitors not only to participate in public celebrations, but also to visit natural and historical attractions in the area and to buy traditional products.
African Union disclosed that the Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang will pay official visit to the African Union Commission on 11th January 2023. Abebe Brahani tells us more.
Foreign Minister Qin Gang will visit the African CDC headquarters project site in the African village, Addis Ababa and Katribon. The AU noted the minister will have discussions with African Union Commission Chairperson Musa Faki Mohammed, where the two leaders are expected to hold bilateral talks on various issues. In accordance with the number of agreements concluded between the AU and the government of China, the African Union Commission and the Ministry of Commerce of the People's Republic of China have signed the implementation agreement on the Africa CDC headquarters building project in July 2020. It is to be recalled that the 2018 Beijing Summit and the 7th Ministerial Conference of the Forum of China-Africa Cooperation held in Beijing, the government of China further expressed its commitment to support the building of the African CDC headquarters, and the African leaders welcomed with appreciation and committed to support for its realization. The African CDC headquarters project is located in the African village south of Addis Ababa. The new site covers an area of 90,000 meters square with a total construction area of nearly 40,000 meters square. When completed, the building will include an emergency operations center, a data center, laboratory resource center, briefing rooms, training center, conference center, offices and expatriate apartments, all to be constructed, finished and equipped by the government of China. The headquarters building is expected to become one of the best equipped centers for disease control in Africa, allowing Africa Center for Disease Control to play its role at the technical institution coordinating disease prevention, surveillance and control in the continent in partnership with the National Public Health Institutes and Ministries of Health of member states.
You're watching AMECO Hodor English service, and now let's proceed to news beyond borders. According to data from the Kenyan government statistician released, Kenya's standard gauge railway trains ferried 1.74 million passengers in the first 9 months of 2022, up more than a quarter as compared to the same period last year. The Kenya National Bureau of Statistics said 1.74 million passengers are a surge of 28% as compared to a similar period in 2021 when the train ferried 1.35 million people. United Nations mission in South Sudan said on Thursday that CAM is slowly returning to South Sudan's eastern Equatoria province. Despite this fact, the displaced persons remain fearful of returning home. A sudden outbreak of clashes in Amhara 2 weeks ago forced hundreds of people to flee their homes. The area was attacked by neighbors from Lohilai and Lohiri, leaving many people injured. Following the clashes, United Nations mission in South Sudan deployed a team to quell the violence and restore calm. The mission intensified patrols in the affected areas and increased calls for dialogue to solve disputes. China's National Customs Authority said the first flight under China's new no-quarantine rules of international travelers landed at airport in Guangzhou in Shenzhen in southern Guangdong province early on Sunday morning. Ran Wisrama has the details.
Officials said 387 passengers were aboard 2 flights from Toronto and Singapore on the day the country ended its strict COVID-19 restrictions for travelers. They said the flights arrived just after midnight and all passengers had completed customs clearance procedures, noting that COVID-19 prevention and control measures have been proactively improved. Director of General Administration of Customs, Yu Jianhua, stressed that it's necessary to implement the optimization and adjustment work of Customs in a steady and orderly manner. Yu added Customs Authority should maintain the emergency response capacity and do a good job in epidemic prevention and control to continue building a quarantine defense line at ports. On the same day, the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region resumed cross-border travel with the Chinese mainland. Many other Chinese borders also saw cross-border travels. In Jegao, a border community in Rili City, southwest Chinese Yunnan province, a businessman who imports and exports grain from Rili told CGTN that he was waiting to go to Myanmar. Rili City had experienced multiple lockdowns due to COVID-19. The businessman said he had been waiting for the opportunity for 3 years, and the border reopening would definitely help his business. A Myanmar woman who works in Rili told CGTN that she was looking forward to returning her hometown as the border reopened. At Shanghai Pudong International Airport, a man surnamed Jiang, who was the first to complete the immigration procedures, told reporters that it's very convenient all the way from exit hatch to border inspection and clearance. According to data from online travel platform Tongcheng Travel International Travel saw a surge on the day the policy took effect. The data showed the number of inbound and outbound ticket orders on January 8 increased 628% year-on-year, hitting a peak since March 2020 when China worked to continue domestic COVID-19 outbreaks while preventing the virus from being imported. Among them, inbound flight orders accounted for 48% and outbound flight orders accounted for 52%, showed the data, adding that outbound Chinese tourists who booked tickets through the platform flew to more than 100 cities in 53 countries and regions. China announced in December that it was lifting COVID-19 restrictions that mandated international arrivals undergo nucleic acid tests and quarantine. Inbound travelers only need to take a polymerase chain reaction (PRC) test within 48 hours before departure, and they no longer to apply for a health code from Chinese diplomatic and consular missions.
That's all the news we have for today. I'm Gaila Damu. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with the rest of our programs.